What's up? Reporting live from 395 South. I'm heading out of DC back into Virginia. I had some meetings in the city, and now I'm heading back to Virginia to go to the gym, try to clear my mind a little bit before I get right back on the grind again. So this is like a vlog that I've been thinking about doing for a couple weeks now, and I just thought it would be cool to be able to document the journey in real time, right? So I'm thinking back at and looking at some of these household names at this point, these huge companies, these tech giants that all started from either a garage or a dorm room or like a computer lab at a university. Like eBay started in Pierre's living room, and they didn't really document their journey, right? Like, especially in video format. And it took Aaron Sorkin to make The Social Network, which is the story of Facebook. And because they didn't document it, it fell to a Hollywood producer writer to tell their story from his perspective. And I'm just like, I have a camera in my pocket at all times, right? And I'm going through something that would probably be interesting to a lot of people to share my experience, especially being a startup, being completely independent and self-funded, self-financed, own 100% of the company, and to bring it to market and to have it in all the app stores and for it to be market ready and going out and documenting the story of going from just literally an independent company that we built from our living rooms to getting customers and then growing into world domination. Hopefully that's the mission, and I just feel like kind of my experience and my insight would be useful to people that may be considering getting on a similar trajectory. Maybe you want to start your own business, maybe you have your own business and a startup and you kind of want to see what it looks like a little bit further along in the evolution of the company. And I just feel like it'll be mutually beneficial, me sharing my insight and my experience and sharing it in real time as it happens, and then just creating an open dialogue where you could reach out and ask questions and see, at a minimum, you'll be able to see whether or not it's something that you would be interested in doing. Hopefully it entertains you on some level, and it's giving you information that is really not readily available. Like, people that know how to do things, they're usually in the business of selling that information, if sharing it at all, right? So I want to be maybe an inspiration, maybe an example for some people looking into possibly creating their own startup or their own business. And I think that the best thing you could give somebody is accurate information of what to expect. I think a lot of people go into business and they don't necessarily understand the actual requirements and the day-to-day grind. They kind of have a romanticized idea of what business is, and the American dream, and all the little cliche sound bites that sound great, but they don't give you any kind of insight as to what it actually takes and what the requirement is. So if I'm being honest with you and I'm documenting everything and you're able to see it and go on a journey with me, you'll be able to see whether it's something that you're interested in. Maybe it's something that you're not interested in right now, but down the road, at least you'll have an accurate expectation of what it is, and then you can make that decision when the time comes. So I'm just going to take you guys along on the rides. I'm going to tell you what's going on. I'm going to share my trials, tribulations, friction points, inflection points, things that work, things that don't work, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. If I'm missing anything, you're more than welcome to leave comments, and I'll be happy to get to them. But I think that just open dialogue and being able to document a story in real time as it happens is something that is very useful, and I don't think that it's being done specifically in this in the space that I'm working in, which is a minority-owned tech startup. And rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. I was a huge fan of his music, and a huge fan of him as a person and the things that he stood for, and economic empowerment, ownership, and all these things that he stressed. And that kind of coalesces with what we're doing. We're a minority-owned startup. We didn't take any money from investors, friends, and family. We didn't want to risk anybody else's money, so we put our own money up. Like, it's how you expect somebody else to invest anything until you invest everything, right? Like, you're asking them to invest something when you haven't even invested everything that you had to create enough value to justify their interest. So we wanted to build something that was not only a real life solution to a real world problem, but we wanted to create the value and minimize the risk, so the people that come on, they're looking at us as an opportunity. They see that we did enough work to justify their interest, and we're not asking them to help us build a science project. We're telling them, look, we validated the market, we created the product, we just need your resources to scale, right? And then this is what you can expect, this is what we need, this is what we need it for, and this is what you can expect as a return, and this is the timeline in which you can expect it. And that's all you can do as a potential investment vehicle, is to give people confidence in your ability to execute, and then a realistic expectation of what they're investing in and when they can expect their money back and what they can expect back as far as returns. So I think we more than crossed that threshold at this point, and it's just a matter of onboarding and convincing local businesses to use our platform. And I think we're going to have a really interesting and gratifying journey navigating the different obstacles that we're going to face along the way. And I'm going to have fun doing it, and I hope you guys have just as much fun watching it and being a part of the journey as well. And before I sign off, I just want to shout out all the people that have like over 1,000 followers on IG. Yo, I've been away from social media for a couple years, and I don't remember it being this hard to get followers. I don't know if it's just because of the volume of people that are on social media now, so you're fighting for there's so much competing sources and pages for attention. So if you're not a really pretty girl taking and posting selfies, man, it's almost impossible to get like followers on a regular basis. Last time that I checked, shout out to Nipsey, last time that I checked, right? As of like 15 minutes ago, we had 88 followers on IG, and I've been like really working hard at creating meaningful, interesting content, but it's really hard to get traction when you're starting out the gate. And I just want to first of all let you know what our IG is. It's at WaitSmart, WaitSmart, at WaitSmart, both on IG and at Facebook. And we'd appreciate a like, and then if you could share it with somebody that you think may appreciate the content on the pages, we would be very grateful to you for that as well. And basically this is the start of a beautiful journey. I'm happy to have you guys along on the journey with me, and we'll see what the future has to hold. Stay tuned. All right, peace and love.